Alice was sitting on the grass with her sister. It was a very hot and sunny day. Alice felt very sleepy and a little bit bored. Her sister was reading a book with no pictures or talk in it. Suddenly, a white rabbit ran past Alice. He was wearing a small vest with a pocket. He pulled a watch out of the pocket and looked at it. He cried out that he was very late. Alice jumped up to follow him. The rabbit ran into a large hole under a bush. Alice followed him right into the dark hole. She began to fall down a very deep well. The sides of the well were filled with cupboards and many books. Alice fell very slowly, and she was not afraid. She wondered where she was going to land. Finally, she hit the bottom with a soft thud. She saw the white rabbit running down a long and narrow hall. Alice found herself in a room with many locked doors. She saw a tiny golden key on a glass table. She found a very small door behind a curtain. The key opened the door to a beautiful garden. Alice was much too big to fit through the door. She saw a small bottle that said, "Drink me," on it. She drank the liquid and began to shrink. Soon, she was only 10 inches tall. She was very surprised. Alice forgot the golden key on the high table. Now she was too small to reach it. She found a little cake that said, "Eat me," on it. She ate the cake and grew very tall. Her head hit the roof. She began to cry because she was so confused. Her tears made a large pool on the floor. She shrank again and fell into the pool of tears. She had to swim with a mouse and some birds to get out. Alice met the white rabbit again in the woods. He thought she was his housemaid. He told her to run to his house and get his gloves. Alice went to the house and found another bottle. She drank it. Alice grew so big that she filled the whole house. Her arms came out of the windows. The rabbit was very angry. He threw small stones at her. The stones turned into cakes. Alice ate one and shrank down small. Alice ran into the forest and saw a large mushroom. A blue caterpillar was sitting on top of the mushroom. He was smoking a long pipe. He told Alice that the mushroom could change her size again. Alice ate a piece of the mushroom. Her neck grew very long like a snake. She ate another piece and went back to her normal size. She walked through the trees and found a very small house. The house belonged to a duchess. Inside, a cook was throwing plates and putting too much pepper in the soup. A large cat sat on the rug. The cat had a very big and very wide grin. Alice left the house and saw the cat in a tree. It was the Cheshire Cat. The cat could disappear into thin air. Sometimes only its big smile was left behind. The cat told Alice to visit the Mad Hatter. Alice went to a long table under a tree. The Mad Hatter and the March Hare were having tea. A sleepy dormouse was sitting between them. They told Alice there was no room at the table for her. Alice sat down anyway and listened to their riddles. They talked about time and sang funny songs. The tea party was very strange and very loud. Alice decided to leave because they were all very rude to her. Alice found a door in a tree and went inside. She was back in the hall with the glass table. She used the golden key and the mushroom. She finally walked into the beautiful garden with the flowers. In the garden, some playing cards were painting white roses red. They were very scared of the Queen of Hearts. The Queen was a very mean woman. She shouted, "Off with their heads," at everyone she saw. The Queen invited Alice to play a game of croquet. The balls were live hedgehogs and the mallets were flamingos. The game was very messy and no one followed the rules. The Queen was very angry. The Queen took Alice to meet the Mock Turtle and the Griffin. They told Alice stories about their school under the sea. They danced a dance called the Lobster Quadrille. Alice thought the songs were very funny. Then a loud voice called out that the trial was starting. Someone had stolen the Queen's tarts. All the animals and cards went to the court. The King of Hearts was the judge in the trial. The White Rabbit blew a trumpet and called Alice to the stand. Alice began to grow very tall again. She was not afraid of the court anymore. She told the king that they were only a pack of cards. The cards all flew up into the air and fell on Alice. She tried to fight them off with her hands. Suddenly, she heard her sister's voice. Alice opened her eyes and found she was back on the grass. It had all been a very strange dream. Alice told her sister about the rabbit and the Queen. Her sister smiled and kissed her. Alice ran home for her tea. She was very happy to be back. Alice never forgot the magic of Wonderland. She thought about the Cheshire Cat and the tea party. She knew that the world was full of wonderful things. She grew up to be a very kind woman. She told the story of her dream to many children. They loved to hear about the shrinking bottle and the magic cake. The story made them feel very happy and curious. Wonderland stayed in their hearts forever. The sun went down behind the hills. The White Rabbit was gone, and the cards were gone. But the magic was still there in the books. Alice fell asleep in her warm bed with a smile.